Alright, so congratulations to you for making it so far. You're doing great. And in this lecture, we're going to go ahead and add a secondary hard drive. Okay, so my VM is powered off, so I'm going to leave it that way. I'm going to right click and click Settings. And I'm going to click down here on Storage. And then I'm going to select Controller SATA. I'm going to click this little plus down here and it says Adds New Storage. So I'm going to select Add Hard Drive. I'm going to select Create New Disk. We're going to leave it as VDI. We're going to leave it dynamically allocated. And I'm going to move this to my D drive. So let me go ahead and scroll down here. And I'm going to call this HDD2. Hit save. I'm going to change the size to 10 gigabytes. I'm going to hit create. Okay, so now we can see here's our main hard drive and here's our second hard drive. And this is another disk that we can use to mount ISOs. So go ahead and click OK. Alright, now we're going to start our virtual machine. Alright, so we'll go ahead and log in. Okay, logging in. Alright, so let's go ahead and open command prompt. Actually, we can skip that. We can just type in disk, P-A-R-T. And there it is. Let's click on the result. A lot of times when you add another hard drive to a computer, it's brought up in read-only mode. So we're just going to go ahead and make sure that that's not the case. So we're going to click List Disk. Okay, so it's a good thing we did this. So disk 1 is offline. That is the disk that we just added. You can see it's 10 gigabytes. And so what we need to do is type in select disk 1. Disk 1 is now the selected disk. And we're going to type in online disk. Okay, now we're going to type in list disk again, and disk 1 should be listed as online now. Okay, so now we have two online disks. Now you see the star here, that means that disk is selected. So what we're going to type in, we're going to make sure that now it's not read-only. So let's type in attributes disk. And you don't have to say disk 1 because it's already selected here. So we just type in attributes disk. Okay, we can see it's not read-only. And all these settings look good. So we're done here. So let's type in exit. And now let's hit the Windows key again and let's type in disk management. It says create and format hard drive disk partitions. Because you'll notice if you click on Windows Explorer, the disk still isn't here. So we're going to close out of that. And on this initialized disk box, leave it on master boot record and click OK. So we see our C drive and our system reserve, and if we look right here, this is disk 0, just like we saw on disk part. Now on disk 1, we have 10 gigabytes that are unallocated. Right click on this and select New Simple Volume. Next. Okay, we're going to leave that size default. You can split it up if you want, but we're just going to leave it the default. We're going to assign it the D drive, and we're going to call it data. Next. Finish. Okay, so now we have a data drive. It's online, and it looks like we're all good to go. So let's close out of here. And we will close Server Manager since we're not going to be using it at the moment. Open Windows Explorer, and there's our data drive. I will see you in the next lecture.